Well, welcome back, everybody, and we are here in the off season after our second season and our first season watching. Our rookie OJ Williams did not play well at all, which is disappointing. But we are here, and we can try and fix this team, make it better, and hopefully get near the 500 mark in the upcoming season. Probably less than that, though, if I'm being realistic. So, player retirements: Pau Gasol, Trevor Ariza, Andre Iguodala, Paul Millsap, J.R. Smith, Rajon Rondo, Cephalosha, Marvin Williams, J.J. Barea, Jared Dudley, Bellinelli, a bunch of other guys. Nobody of real note. And there's your list. Meetings, nobody cares. League realignment, it's fine. Now the draft lottery. This is very important. We want the first overall pick. We have the second best chances. Actually, we have the third best chances because the Jazz had the same record as us, and the Grizzlies have their pick, and the Heat actually have Houston's pick. Wow. I forgot about that because I guess of the Oladipo trade that happened. But the Heat could have the first overall pick. We have the third best odds, but still pretty good odds. So let's get to it. The Hornets get pick 16. The Raptors get pick 15. The Rockets have pick 14 from the Piston pick. The Thunder have pick 13 from the Clippers. The Wizards have pick 12. So no shakeups so far. The Hawks have pick 11 via the Thunder. And the Claws get pick 10. The Cavaliers get pick 9. Oh no, the Kings. So the Cavs move up. The Kings move down to 9. The Blazers also move up. And the Magic have pick 8. So Cleveland and Portland still move up. The Spurs get pick 7. So Cleveland and Portland still now in the top 6. Pick 6 goes to the Grizzlies. So the Pacers move up. The Rockets have pick 5, so we are definitely top 4. The Pacers have pick 4, so we are the top 3 now. Pick 3 goes to the Cavs, so we are top 2 now. Can we get the first overall pick? The Heat must have traded away their pick to the Trailblazers because the Heat had the Venom. Okay, so we are second. We get the second overall pick. And we also have pick 22 thanks to the Warriors. So that means that the Portland Trailblazers have the first overall pick. And now I'm wondering what happened to what happened to the Heat pick. I guess because it was lottery projected, they just return it, or I'm not entirely sure. But Trailblazers first overall pick. We are second. Do they take Matthew Rivers, the point guard, who is the top player in the class? They do have Dame still, so I'm thinking no, but you never know. They might just go with the best possible player, which is, I think, him. So that is your lottery right there. We have picked 2. Alright, staff signing does not matter. We already have all of our staff signed. I don't care about signing new people. I'm fine with our staff as it is. Catch-up scouting does not matter. But here's a look at players in this draft. Matthew Rivers has 11 badges. He's a 79 overall, 21-year-old point guard. Good inside scoring, pretty good playmaking, very good defense on the perimeter, high basketball IQ, high potential. This is the guy that we want. We want Matthew Rivers out of Clemson. There's also Alec Verney, 1 Eurostash year, Glenn Walker, Arthur Ramsey, Zach Barry Carroll, Ulf Svensson, Rudolph Cunningham, Doyle Atkins, Stan Curry, Del Gray, Todd Watts, Gordon Carpenter, and more, as you can see here. Alright, before we go to the NBA draft, I want to take a look at the Trailblazers roster, because if I have to, I will trade away that Warriors pick that we have. That's pick 22 to move up 1 spot. I would not be opposed at all if we can get a really good player like Matthew Rivers. So let's go check out the Trailblazers roster real quick. I mean, I don't see them taking Rivers. I mean, they have Dame, they have Anthony Simmons, but that contract is expiring, and so is Shabazz Napier's. So I don't think they take another guard. I mean, I think they'll probably go with a big man, like a power forward, maybe a small forward. But I mean, Powell is still on contract. So is Pavin. I am worried that they will take Matthew Rivers. So we might try to get a deal done before this draft is over, or before it begins, because they have the first pick. So we got to do it now, if anything. So Trailblazers, I would like your first round pick. Okay. Well, they can't trade it, so we just have to hope, because they must have traded their pick last year. So we have to hope that they don't take Matthew Rivers. If they do, I'm not sure who I'll take. So let's find out. Hope to God they don't take him. But they're on the clock, and they took him. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts a lot. So we are now on the clock. So who do we take? I really wanted Matthew Rivers, but now we won't have the chance. There is Jerry Justice, though I gotta change what he looks like. That mustache is hideous, and so is he in general. 19 years old, 77 overall. Good shooter, good playmaking, not good on defense, but and could have a better IQ, but only B+ potential. I need a guy that has high potential. Preferably A+. So let's go look. Actually, I don't know if we can check that. We have to go prospect by prospect. here. Let's just sort by Draft Express rank. I'm not taking a Euro stash player. Glenn Walker, A+ potential, but he's only a 74 overall. He is 20 years old, though. Is there a better option? I do like... I like point guards. What can I say? But if there's not one that can be pretty good off of the opening tip of the season, then I'm not sure that I actually want them. He's a 3-and-D point. He's not a bad shooter. Good defender on the perimeter. A+ potential. So he's a candidate, but not anything special. I don't want to take another small forward because we have O.J. Williams. I'm not going to give up on him just yet. There is Rudolph Cunningham. Good scorer. Not good on defense or at rebounding. He does have a good IQ. Pretty good. And A potential. I think right now he's my top choice. He is the top power forward overall. Doyle Atkins, another power forward. Not as good overall. He does have higher potential. He's better at rebounding. So he's a mid-range finisher. Cunningham is a stretch 4 with 1 badge apparently. Not many badges for most of the guys left. Rivers had easily the highest that I'm seeing here. Who had 6? Who was it? It was Stan Curry. 72 overall and 19 years old. Past first points. A- playmaking. Not bad score, but definitely not good. Needs work for sure. Not a good defender. A- potential. That makes me less enthusiastic. There's Del Gray. A potential. Is there anybody else that has A+ potential? Todd Watts. Pretty good mid-range and 3-point shooter. Good playmaker. Not good on defense. A potential. Decent IQ. Should be higher though, but he's also 23. That's just too old for a guy that low. Roger McCarthy, but he's a small forward. Jerry Justice, as we know. I mean, we could get Jerry Justice later on, but he'll probably get taken before pick 22. There is Pat Rogers, but still small forward. Deion Peterson. Well, let's sort by scout percentage. I want to see the guys that we have fully scouted first. We checked out all these guys. Deion Peterson, we just looked at him. A- potential. A- rebounding. He can shoot. Not very good as a defender. Derek House, an 18-year-old, 76 overall, 3-and-D guard. B+ inside scoring. Not a good mid-range shooter, but a good 3-point scorer. A perimeter defense. B+ athleticism. A- potential. Okay. I like him. Jamal Weber. He is 21 years old, 73 overall. Not a good playmaker. I need a good playmaking point guard if I'm going to take one. Okay, I think our best option is taking Rudolph Cunningham. I think he's our best choice here. 21 years old, 76 overall. He's 6'10", a 7'1" wingspan, weighs 220. Let's get one more look at his grades real quick. He can shoot. He has a high IQ, high potential. Yeah, we're going to take Rudolph Cunningham with the 2nd overall pick, the top power forward in the draft, and he's a stretch 4. So welcome, Rudolph Cunningham, out of Massachusetts. The Cavs with pick 3 take Glenn Walker out of Georgetown. We checked out his stats. The Pacers take point guard Jerry Justice out of California. So 3 point guards in the top 4. And the Rockets have traded pick 5. They traded pick 5 and Vernon Carey for point guard De'Aaron Fox from the Kings. Wow, that is a massive trade for both teams, really. So now the Kings take Arthur Ramsey, small forward out of Butler. With pick 6, the Grizzlies take Doyle Atkins, the other power forward, out of TCU. The Spurs are offering me a trade. So I will receive this pick right here. And I'll still have, Venom, okay, hold on. Venom received this Spurs pick and Aaron Baines in exchange for my first round pick next season and Royce O'Neal. I'm going to take that. We can get a really good player. This is a good offer. We can get a really good pick right here. I am okay with trading next year's pick if it means that we can get another good player right here, because I don't think we're going to be as bad. So I'm going to take this offer, and now we're on the clock with pick 7. So who do we take now? We drafted a power forward to play alongside O.J. Williams. Now we have a couple of options here. Derek House, 18-year-old shooting guard. A- potential. Is there anybody with A+ potential? That's what I'm shooting for. Gordon Carpenter, possibly. Only B+. Deion Peterson. I think he's my top choice right now. Only A- though, but we're not sure with our scout. He could be too low or too high. There is Pat Rogers, and he can play shooting guard. He's good at it. Inside scoring, good at 3-point scoring. We also still have the 22nd overall pick. So we can be smart here and make a right choice. Wait on somebody who might be available later on. Ulf Svensson. Let's scout by scouting percent so we can get the best players here that we have the most info on. Chris Fuller. He does not play any other position besides small forward. He's not good at like any one thing. He just has good athleticism and a high potential. Del Gray, Zach Barry Carroll, Jamal Weber. Take a second look at him. I wish he was better at playmaking, man. He's a good defender. And decent potential. There's Stan Curry. Another look at him. A good playmaker. A- potential. Huh. If he's gonna go, he's gonna go before our next pick, I believe. Out of Central Florida. Supposed to go like around pick 18, 19, maybe as far as 27. The 8th best point guard according to the draft boards. Todd Watts, good playmaker, good shooter. A potential. I think if we're going to take one, it's going to be Todd Watts. Oh, wait, no, I forgot he's 23 years old. Stan Curry. Now the top option, I believe. Troy Perry. Do you think that either one of these players, of these 3 players, will be available? Because I kind of want a point guard. With one of these, with either this pick or the next pick. Stan Curry does have 6 badges. That is a good thing to work with. Projections for these top guys are pretty soon. So I am going to take... I'm going to take Deion Peterson. and not Stan Curry. Because right now, Deion Peterson is a better player. He does not have any badges, but he can shoot. He's a good rebounder, and he's 20 years old, and he's a 77 overall. I'm taking Deion Peterson with a 7th overall pick. And he's 7'1" as well, which is a huge plus. He is out of UNC, though, which I'm not a fan of UNC, but you know what? Hey, we will take it. And with pick 8, the Magic are on the clock. They take Zach Barry Carroll. The Kings take Irvin Gill, 7-foot big man out of Marquette. And the Claws, with pick 10, take Alec Verney. Do we see one of those 3-point guards go? The Hawks will trade this pick 11. They'll trade this pick and next year's first rounder from Portland for Mike Conley and Rudy Gay from the Jazz. Another big trade here. The second one. Actually, the third one, because ours was pretty big too. And they take Chris Fuller with that pick after trading up. The Wizards take Derek House, shooting guard out of Tennessee. The Thunder take Matthew Booker, so those point guards are still there. The Rockets will trade pick 14 from the Pistons and Eric Gordon for Jarrett Allen from the Cavs. The Cavs move up for another top 15 pick, and they take Gordon Carpenter, 7-foot big man out of Indiana State. The Raptors are now on the clock, and they will trade this pick and a second rounder in 3 years' time for Hayward, and the 20th overall pick this year from the Thunder, which they got from the Suns. And they take Roderick McCarthy. The Hornets take Pat Rogers, another small forward out of Tennessee. The Pelicans, with pick 17, take Kenneth Davidson. We are a few picks out from taking Stan Curry. The Bulls take point guard Todd Watts. So they take the 23-year-old. The Heat take Franklin Whitehead. Will Stan Curry be there? The Knicks take point guard Uwe Hasselhoff out of Germany. The Timberwolves, do they take Stan Curry? They will trade this pick instead to the Spurs for DeMar DeRozan and next year's second round pick. Wow. And the Spurs take Del Gray, so we are back on the clock, and Stan Curry is there for us, as well as a few others that we have to choose from for our third first round pick. There is Ulf Svensson, small forward, 75 overall, but he's not worth it. 2 Eurostash years for an A- guy that we're not going to see until he's 22, 23. I'm not about that. There is, so now I mean, this has got to be Stan Curry, right? I've been jawing about him all day. Jamal Weber, not a good playmaker. Stan Curry is a good playmaker and can be formed into a good shooter. And he's only 19 years old. So we're going to take Stan Curry with our third first round pick, and he has 6 badges. At least our scout says that. And we took him. What an offseason so far. A nice couple of trades. Insane how this worked out eventually in our favor. Pissed we could not get Matthew Rivers. I think he would be a huge game changer. But Stan Curry, not that bad. Not bad at all. The Sixers, with pick 23, they take Jamal Weber right after we take point guard Stan Curry. The Grizzlies take Jackson Townsend out of Kentucky. 7 foot tall. And the Mavericks take Ulf Svensson and add to their international group of players. But he will not join their team for another 2 years. The Hawks take Miguel Gomez with pick 26 overall. With pick 27, Harry Morgan out of Indiana State. The second player out of that college. That's where Larry Bird went, I think. And Barry Tavares, a point guard out of Iowa, goes to the Raptors at pick 28. The Bucks at pick 29 take center Troy Perry out of Marquette. Is that the second center out of Marquette that we've seen? I'm pretty sure it is. The Rockets with pick 30 take Devin Waters out of Canisius. Pick 31, the second to last pick in the first round, they take Toni Bagaric out of Croatia. And the Celtics have the final pick in the first round. They will take Hassan Mansiz out of Turkey. The Cavs, the first pick of the second round. Cavs take Calvin Stevens out of Miami, Florida. And now we're on the clock, our final pick of this draft. And is there anybody left that we have scouted anywhere decently? We do not. So I'll take a shot on Edmund Benjamin. And now also in the rest of this draft. So here is your first round draft summary. Matthew Rivers, 11 badges, 2-way finisher, and 80 overall point guard. So our scout was a little bit low on the overall. Rudolph Cunningham ends up being a 75, but still pretty solid. A- inside scoring, C+ mid-range, A- 3 points. Good IQ, B+ potential. Only we'll have to use a camp on him likely for a higher potential. Matthew Rivers, by the way, let's just take a look at him real quick. Comparison, Drew Holiday. A- potential. Glenn Walker, taken 3rd overall, A potential. 2 badges, 76 overall. So he actually would have been a pretty solid pick for us despite not being a good playmaker. Jerry Justice, B+ potential, good shooter, good playmaker. And then got Arthur Ramsey, Doyle Atkins, and then we took Dion Peterson with pick 7, and he was a 76 overall. A- mid-range, B- 3 points. Good rebounder. A- potential. So we have a pretty solid young core, I think, around us. Zachary Carroll, Irvin Gill, Alec Verney, Chris Fuller, Derek House, Matthew Booker, more players. So Stan Curry was a 72 overall, but he does have 6 badges, and those badges are, he actually has A- playmaking, better scoring than I originally thought, and A+ potential. That is huge. Stan Curry, wow. This is actually maybe our best pick of this draft with our 3rd pick. Wow, this is actually shocking. 19 years old. This guy could be our actual star player in a couple of seasons. So his badges are all playmaking. He's got Dimer, Lob City Passer, Needle Threader, Pass Fake Maestro, Stop and Go, and Tight Handles. His comparison is Chris Paul. That is awesome. What about Peterson? What's his comparison? Herb Williams, All-Star. Wow, we did really good stuff here. Any badges for him? He had none. Cunningham had 1. And it was defense, pick dodger. That's pretty solid. And his comparison was All-Star Antonio McDias. So, any other surprising players? we'll be seeing here. It's no secret that Matthew Rivers was the best player in this draft with 11 badges. Let's just check him out real quick. Again, A- potential. 3 defensive badges: interceptor, off-ball pest, trapper. 3 playmaking badges: ankle breaker, downhill, lob city passer, and finishing acrobat, consistent finisher, fancy footwork, slithery finisher, and teardropper. Just a really good player overall, good at pretty much everything. So, second round now, and Benjamin here was actually not a bad pick at all. 73 overall, 19 years old, no badges, but comparisons to Sharif Abdur-Rahim, who's an all-star. Pretty good scorer and A potential. So we got 4 really solid prospects in this draft, and I am now very excited. Anybody else that was big time that was taken in the second round? It's a bunch of low 70s pretty much. That'll do it for at least the draft, but we still have the free agency after rookie signing. And we're gonna sign all 4. I don't see why not. And we're gonna probably start Rudolph Cunningham. I would think maybe start Deion Peterson, not sure. Probably gonna bring Stan Curry off the bench, unless we can't find anybody that I want to play point guard as the starter. And then Benjamin will come off the bench. All right, team player options. Ty Jerome did not want to re-sign. We do have the team option, however. Let's go look at his numbers real quick. If we take it, he's not going to re-sign. He does not want to return. He wasn't great. He was a pretty good 3-point shooter, though. But if we're going to bring Stan Curry off the bench, we can find a better starter than Ty Jerome to play point guard. It's that simple. So we're going to decline the salary in this option for Ty Jerome. So Kevin Durant will be in free agency, same as Jimmy Butler, Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, Trey Burke, Al Horford, interesting. Qualifying offers, we have none to give out, so we're just going to skip right past this. And moratorium now. Steph Curry is an unrestricted free agent. Wow, okay. We don't have that much cap right now. We have 15 players on a roster? Seriously? What the hell did I do? Salary cap table. Carmelo. I mean, everyone. I mean, a lot of returning players actually, which surprises me. We probably should have accepted the offer on Ty Jerome, but it's not a big deal. We took on barely any money for Aaron Baines. He's not going to see the floor. I can promise you that. We have a lot of returning players, so hopefully we improved our team, because we are not going to be able to make any additions really in moratorium. There's actually no need to. We have 15 players on roster, so we have the maximum players I think that we can have, and even if not, we're above the minimum. So we're just going to see where these players go. I think we'll cap hold for now on Ty Jerome. I mean, we have Derrick Rose, so no, we're just gonna renounce those rights. I'm okay with losing those 3 players. We can just sign like 1 or 2 bums to finish off the roster, because we aren't gonna have like any cap room to sign them. So let's go see where players signed. Steph Curry re-signs with the Warriors, 4 years, $180 million. Doncic returns to the Mavericks, 3 years, $110. Kevin Durant returns to the Nets, 5 years, $241 million. Butler goes to the Wizards, 3 years, $120 million. Trae Young returns to the Hawks, 3 years, $110. DeAndre Ayton to the Suns, still 4 years, $125. Shea to the Thunder, still $392. Levine to the Bulls, obviously 5 on $182. And those are all the signings. Most of these guys were restricted free agents, so it's not that surprising at all. And let's just keep advancing until something happens, I guess. And on day 12, we will check out the signed players and everything. So we have no additions to make in free agency. It was all draft. And we gotta hope that we are still, or we gotta hope that we play like not terribly next year, because we do not have our first round pick. So day 12 here. Any other players? Kyrie returns to the Nets. 3 years, $129. Bradley Beal heads over to the Knicks. 4 years, $174 million. So he joins Kawhi Leonard over there. They actually might be good this year for once. Michael Porter Jr. goes to the Grizzlies. 4 years, $125 million. Julius Randle goes to the Heat. 3 years, $104. Jaren Jackson goes to the Kings. 3 years, $92. Mitchell Robinson to the Jazz. 4 years, $125. He got paid. Sexton goes to the Claws. 4 years, $119 million. So they get rid of one of those guards so that Darius Leone is comfortably a starter over there in Cleveland. Bagley goes to the Hornets. 3 years, $92 million. Nurkic to the Magic. 3 years, $77 million. Valanciunas returns to the Grizzlies. 3 years, $52. Wendell Carter joins Bagley, so both these two guys played at Duke together, which is in North Carolina, and they're going to play in North Carolina together again. 2 years, $50 million for Wendell Carter Jr. Jalen Brunson heads to the Thunder. 3 years, $52 million. Thaddeus Young, still with the Bulls, 2 years, $25. Devontae Graham to the Wizards. Marcus Smart, Lakers. Ty Jerome takes a deal with the Timberwolves. And there you go. That is your free agency. All right, player progression. Bobby Portis does not improve. In fact, he loses one attribute, which is inside defense. Williams only goes up by 1, which makes sense after his very poor season. But his 3-point does go up. His inside D went up, but not much improvement for Williams. We'll see what the stats say during the season. And he does not gain any badges despite my player mentorship test. Jordan Bello goes up by 1. Frank Jackson goes down by 2. And then obviously most of our team is pretty young. But Carmelo down by 2, so he'll be worse. Derrick Rose down by 3, so he's down to a 75. Cisse up by 1, he barely played at all. Justin Jackson up by 1, including an improved mid-range jumper. Wayne Ellington down by 2. Aaron Baines down by 2, but who cares about him? So yeah, our team is bad still. It's still bad, but getting younger, and we have some really promising players on this team, which I am excited to see play. And now we have both of our training camps available. One thing that I was dead set on doing was increasing, let's see, where is it? Is it Basketball 101? I think Basketball 101 for OJ Williams, because his IQ's low, and it needs to be better if he's going to take better shots. So, and his potential has gone back down to B+, which is no surprise to me. So, I'm gonna give him some IQ points. His IQ, how was his shot IQ 85 before? I don't agree with that at all. But hopefully he's better, because if he's not, then we messed up on our very first pick in this series. Otherwise, I'm not sure what to use the rest of this stuff on. Let me take a look at some players' stats. Let's just check out big man offense real quick. Let's look at the guys that we drafted. We got Dion Peterson. Inside scoring is C+. Good mid-range scorer though. There is also Rudolph Cunningham. He's pretty good inside. What about Stan Curry? Just looking at his general stats, not for this specific camp, but just overall. Yeah, I think I'll use inside scoring for Dion Peterson so that he can be more effective down there. And nice. His close shot goes up. Post moves go up. Driving layup, post hook, post fade all go up. Still needs work for sure, but that's that. And now we advance to the next season. This is pretty much going to be pretty much our second season, I guess you could say, despite it being our third in team history. But our first game is against the Oklahoma City Thunder, who we have played before. We watched a game against them early on in this past season, and their team is not much different, actually. Not even sure if McCarthy's going to get playing time, but we'll see. So, next episode, we will face them in our season opener on the road, and then we go from there. So, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, that's about it.